health emergency of October 23rd. But back to the squalene, which they already have given themselves the right to inject under emergency use authorization. And by the way, that's part of what we're suing to stop tomorrow. If you care about this, I would suggest strongly that you go to healthfreedomusa.org and make as big a donation as you can. A recurring donation would be nice. And let it end in the number 6 so that we know that it's earmarked for the legal funds. Because if we prevail, the FDA is going to appeal. If we don't prevail, we're going to appeal. And federal appeals are very expensive. So
amazing. Now we've got a break, but I want to get General Stubblebine's response. And I know you're going over the government's own paperwork that comes with the vaccine, what they're admitting it does to people. But it looks to me like this program isn't going well for them. And we know that it's clearly martial law that's been declared through the civil emergency. The problem is, can they implement? It's one thing to declare something. It's another thing to implement it. And we'll get General Stubblebine's breakdown on that with Dr. Rima Laibow as well. I'm Alex Jones. This is the GCN Radio Network. We're also simulcasting the radio show in living color at prisonplanet.tv. I want to thank all those members.
For years, doctors and researchers have known that one of the major pathways to better health is an alkaline diet rich in minerals and antioxidants to keep the body in proper pH balance. For 15 years, people have trusted AlkaZone, the simplest way of keeping the body in pH balance, getting rid of acidic waste buildup, and boosting the immune system through antioxidant support. AlkaZone's unique formula contains potassium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, and the antioxidant selenium, along with 79 trace minerals from ancient marine deposits. Unlike other products, AlkaZone is odorless and tasteless and can be added to any beverage to offset its acidity. AlkaZone also manufactures antioxidant water fountains that will both filter and raise the pH of the tap water in your home to a pH of 10. To learn more and to place your order for a 45-day supply for only $25, visit alkazone.com. That's ALKA zone.com. Use coupon code RADIO and receive a limited time discount. Call AlkaZone today at 1-800-810-1888. That's 1-800-810-1888.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
When looking at your personal preparedness level, remember the freeze-dry guide. During times of physical and emotional stress like the uncertain times we live in today, it is vital that you not alter your diet too much. You should only store what you usually eat because one day you may have to eat only what you have stored. Lucky for you, there's the freeze-dry guide. Featuring the superior nutrition and taste you've come to expect, the freeze-dry guide has a wide variety of choices in freeze-dried foods. All freeze-dried foods are no-cook products requiring only hot water and a few minutes of your time. The freeze-dry guide has been serving various government agencies as well as the private sector with the finest in freeze-dried storable foods and emergency rations since 1970. Consider the technological advances made in computers from the punch card days of the 60s and 70s to the high-speed personal computers of today. Comparably, the advances made in food storage from the World War II era till now are equally great. Visit the website at www.freezedryguide.com or call toll-free 866-404-3663.
According to Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, Dr. Blaylock, and countless other medical doctors that we've had on, and the medical research, the Army knows, the government knows, that more dangerous than the mercury, which acts as an adjuvant, is squalene. It is the worst. And it killed a lot of U.S. troops. It maimed hundreds of thousands. And this has now even come out in Congress. So when the CDC and the World Health Organization, who's in control of this, orders that the European vaccines have high levels of squalene and that squalene be mixed here, because they couldn't legally have it put in here, so they add it later, because they know they're dealing with a not stupid, but uninformed nurse or doctor. This is so diabolical. I want to go back to General Stubblebine and then back to Dr. Laibow. There's so much I want to cover here today. General, bottom line, we talk about eugenics. We talk about population reduction. We have the UN documents. We have their own statements. Is there any doubt in your mind that this is part of a depopulation program, that they're just setting the precedent now for forced inoculation, testing how serious the soft kill weapons they put in the vaccines, food and water can be, and putting binary weapons into us, as some documents show, so later they can introduce a new pathogen and wipe control groups out? Because everything we see, the architecture being built, is a kill system. And then, of course, 6 months ago, we received a key piece of the puzzle. Eco-Science, written by John P. Holdren, the White House science czar, that says, we're going to put poison in your water to sterilize you. We're going to put stuff in your vaccines to sterilize you. And we have all these other UN documents saying the same thing. I mean, we have them doing it, but it's so diabolical, the average person just can't believe it's actually happening. General Stubblebine.
Well, just think about it for a few minutes. I keep going back to the principles of war because it lays it all out very simply. One of the principles is called surprise. Another one is called simplicity. So think about this. I announced that there's going to be swine flu. So I surprise everybody with the fact that they've got swine flu coming. So everybody, very simply, walks in and says, vaccinate me now because I don't want swine flu. So now what do they put into the swine flu vaccine? Stuff that will make you very, very infertile, if not dead. Now, think about this. Who are they giving it to? Children, pregnant women, and the chronically ill. What happens to a child if he's now infertile? He never has a family. What happens to a pregnant woman now? She doesn't have any more children. So where do you go? Suddenly, the population stops. And what have you got? You have got genocide, period.
I want to go back to the squalene. A few molecules of squalene will make you very, very sick. The amount of squalene that they're putting into human beings, and two of the vaccines that the United States has illegally approved and that we hope to stop tomorrow in our lawsuit, in our hearing in Washington, two of those vaccines are already squalene adjuvanted, one by Novartis and one by GlaxoSmithKline. But then they will add the squalene at the 90,000 injection locations for the rest of the vaccines, and it's at the level 1 million times more than that which was put into the vaccine A, which in the presence of pig-derived proteins with sugar on them, glycoproteins, and human-derived glycoproteins, will cause immune-mediated sterility, according to 2 patents filed in 1998. So,
if you're not already dead.
If it doesn't kill you right off the bat, it will make you sterile, which is why these vaccines are being aimed at children, so the next generation will never be born, and at fertile women who are already proven fertile because they're pregnant.
I want the magnitude of this to sink in, because on the inserts it admits these vaccines are associated with infertility and sterility. And as you said, they're aiming them right at the children and women. Unbelievable.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes